During the time of the omniscient Buddha Gautama, there lived a Brahmin named Bhavati, who was an adherent of the Brahminical faith. He purchased an island in southern India from a king and settled there with his 500 followers. As was the custom among Brahmins, he was a master of the Vedas and other traditional lore, and he taught these subjects to his students while they lived together. One day, a wandering minstrel arrived at their place and challenged Bhavati's disciples to an intellectual exchange, proposing they ask each other questions. They began posing questions to one another. Eventually, they came to a particular question that none of them could answer. The matter was brought before the Brahmin Bhavati himself. Even Bhavati found himself unable to provide an answer and was stuck. The minstrel, too, could not answer his own question. The minstrel then mentioned that he had heard of the appearance in the world of an omniscient Buddha. He expressed his belief that if the Buddha was truly genuine, he would be able to answer their question. Being wise, Bhavati thought that if the Buddha was indeed authentic, he would be able to hear a question merely posed in the mind and answer it. He then instructed his nephew and 50 of his most select disciples to go to the Jetavana monastery. Bhavati himself, being 120 years old, was too old and frail to make the journey. Bhavati, having foreseen that upon meeting the Buddha his disciples would attain liberation, instructed his nephew to return and explain the Dhamma of emancipation he would learn to him. The Buddha, foreseeing with his mind that Bhavati's disciples were coming to him and that they needed time to be ready to receive the truth, left a footprint at the Jetavana monastery and went to wait in the city of Rajagaha. The 50 disciples arrived at Jetavana, but did not find the Buddha. However, they saw the footprint of the Lord. Convinced by this sign that the Buddha was truly enlightened, they followed his trail to Rajagaha. When they finally met the Blessed One, they took turns asking him the questions they wished to know. They received answers that satisfied their minds, and all 50 disciples attained liberation and were ordained as monks. Bhavati's nephew, however, was still attached to his uncle and was the last to understand, attaining only the stage of a non-returner, or anagami. The nephew then returned to his uncle and explained the Dhamma he had learned. Upon hearing this, Bhavati and his remaining disciples also realized the truth and attained path and fruition.